Okay, let's bring this up on the computer. Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Give me just a couple of minutes here. Everything's moving so slow. Got a few people popping in. So what is this? I think the third Wednesday in a row. I so far, so good. I said we're going to be doing live streams every Wednesday, new videos every Monday and Friday, and so far, so good. I said, I think this is the third one in a row. All right, there we go. Everyone's jumping in now. Rod, what's up? Jay, good afternoon. Lee, hello in the UK. Guns and Diesel, what's up? I miss the 80s too, Phil. Ada, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well down in Florida. I don't have a Cash App. Yeah, I don't have one. Everyone keeps asking me why I don't have why I don't have PayPal and Venmo listed on the page. I don't know. I thought that was weird to do that. I felt like it was, I don't know, asking for money. But yeah, quite a few people have asked for that. So I guess if you did want my PayPal or Venmo, it's my email address. And so, hey, we'll hold this up right now. That wonderful sign made by Bjorn. And it's got all the info there. It's got the P.O. box, and then it's got my email and Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, head over to the Instagram now. Different stuff going on over on the Instagram. Totally different than what goes on here on YouTube. And then, yeah, like I said, the email would be the same for PayPal or Venmo, if you're looking for that. Hells yeah, what's going on? T-Bone, I am doing okay. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Brian says, what's up, Jay? Loved your T1 filming locations video. Oh, thanks. Jay here is doing good. I'm glad you loved my my Terminator video. Robert, how you doing in New York? Francisco up in Lottie. Paul, good morning in Australia. Antonio, how you doing in Spain? That's what I love about it. It seems like when I go live in the afternoon, I get so many more people from around the world, and I love that. George, hello in Houston. First time catching a live. My husband's going to be jealous. I got to make it. Awesome. I'm glad you were able to catch a live. I'll be here. My plan is to be here every Wednesday, sometimes around this time, sometimes in the evening. But it's the plan to be here every Wednesday. But I'm welcome. I'm glad you were able to catch a live. And tell your husband I said hello. Random California Adventures, hello. I'm doing okay. How are you? Rad Racer, hello. Jesse, good afternoon to you. Martin, I'm going to have to make my way over to Omaha and see if it really does still look like the 80s. Andreas, that's a good question. Andreas asked, why do you think Morrissey has a big Latino following? I don't know. I've asked that of friends before. I actually talked about that with Richard Blade. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why specifically Morrissey. There's a couple of bands, but yeah, I can't answer that question. Oh, thank you for the compliment on the Subhuman shirt. I love this shirt. I love this album. Had this album since I was like 13 or 14. Not going to any of the Morrissey shows. I have never seen Morrissey live, and you know, I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. A lot of horror stories about his shows. Charlie Sheen, hello in Hermosa Beach. Yeah, it's cloudy today. Yesterday it was so sunny in Los Angeles. Bruce, hello in Milwaukee. I don't know why I said it like that. Milwaukee. Memo, what's going on? Joker, I miss the way things used to be too, I tell you. Oh, I got a lot to catch up on here. So far it's been a pretty good day. Yesterday I did a bunch of filming with another YouTuber, a YouTuber that you all know and love, for an upcoming video that'll probably be out next month. So that was fun and exciting. And then today, I had to drive out about an hour away to film. I had to try and film inside of this bar for one of my upcoming filming locations. And I hate filming inside of businesses, especially bars and restaurants. They, you know, as soon as you walk in, they look at you. You have to ask permission because, you know, they're staring at you. They want to know why you're there. And usually it does not go well. This lady could not have been nicer. She was more than willing to let me film. She had no idea about the movie being filmed there. When I showed her, she was so excited about it. She asked me to send her a link to the video when it was done. So that was great. And then when I got home, I got, this was a surprise. I didn't even know that this concert was coming up, but I got pre-sale tickets for Adamant at the Greek Theater, which I'm really excited about that. Some of you probably know Adamant was my first concert when I was around 13, 14 years old. And I've seen him a few times since then. My son, probably the last like year or two, has been saying he really wants to see Adamant in concert. And so he's going to be excited about this. He doesn't know about it yet. And he's right around the same age that I was the first time I saw Adamant. So pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, been a pretty good day so far. Gonna read a few more of your comments, and then I have questions for all of you. Jacko Taco says, big fan, Kurt. Do you have any favorite spots to eat in the 818? I do, and I've done videos on it. I'm going to be doing another food video in the future, but I did one of my Valley videos. I talked all about food spots. If you feel like Mexican food, then you got to go to Melodies on Reseda Boulevard. Best potato tacos anywhere. And then also Piquito Mas on Ventura Boulevard. I like to go to the one on, well, there's a couple on Ventura Boulevard, but yeah, Piquito Mas is great. And then if you feel like burgers, you got to go to the Munchbox. Go get yourself a hickory burger with chili cheese fries and a root beer float. Best meal you'll have all day. And if you want hot dogs, got to go to Cupid's and get yourself a chili dog with mustard and onions. Those are, oh, and then while you're at Cupid's, go next door to Dagla's and get a giant sack of French fries. So there you go. There's my food spots for you. David Thomas, hello. T-Bone, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the last chips video. I did not see Goonies in the theater when it was released. Saw it, watched it at home on VHS, like right when it came out. We went to the video store and got it. Bobby, thank you so much. Hope you're doing well in Georgia. Martin, I'm glad you enjoyed the Goonies, the Good Enough video. Hello in Santa Monica. How are you? Movie in a flannel shirt. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do remember the Venice Beach Pavilion. That's, I mean, it will forever be documented in Thrashing. Hey, Dave, how you doing over in the UK? I'm doing okay. How about you? Hello in Michigan. JP, how you doing over in Sydney, Australia? Fan of the channel for a very long time. Every time I watch a video, I wish I had a time machine. You and me both. And thank you so much for watching the channel. Just went to the 1984 vintage store in the city of San Fernando. It was awesome. Thank you for showing it in one of your videos. Awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad people are watching the video and checking out the store. Keith, hello in Portland, Oregon. I used to go to the Reseda Theater when pics were 2 for 49 cents. Yeah, it had to be that long ago because the Reseda Theater has been closed forever. Next video, Memo wants to know when my next video is. So right now the goal is videos every Monday and Friday. So Friday should be the next video. Besides your channel being awesome, the chips filming locations are the best videos on YouTube. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that, you know, oh, kicked the camera there. Sorry about that. Now everything's all crooked. Yeah, I didn't know how much people would enjoy those chips videos. I'm glad that they do. Hello from Chicago. I heard Sizzler is still in business in California. True? I believe there are still some Sizzlers that are open. A lot of them have closed down, but I'm pretty sure there are still Sizzlers. Hello in Norwalk. Hey, Kurt, tuning in from Alabama. Roll Tide. Good to hear from you again. Love these updates. Thank you so much, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Loved your Stoned Age and Suburbia filming locations. Awesome. Those are some older ones. I'm glad they're still getting views. I had fun putting those together. A while back, you were on a live stream talking about your favorite bands and music. I chimed in with a big Freebird, but predictive text on my phone sent it as freebies. Sorry. Yeah, that autocorrect predictive text, sometimes it can be troublesome. Pizza Rat, you are correct. Greek theater parking does suck. But the Greek theater is one of my favorite outdoor summertime venues. So yeah, I absolutely love going to the Greek. The only thing, you know, it doesn't rain a lot here in Southern California, but it is kind of it's always worrisome going to a concert at the Greek or the Hollywood Bowl when it's not in the summer. I've actually had 2 shows at the Hollywood Bowl where it rained. One was New Kids on the Block and one was Duran Duran. Duran Duran was so bad, I actually couldn't take it, and I did not stay for the whole show, which really bummed me out. The New Kids on the Block one, the rain cleared up, but yeah, the Adam Ant concert's in April, so. What's up in NorCal? Oh, I just lost the, everything changed there. Elizabeth Harrison, how you doing? Munchbox is great. What's up in NorCal? Love the videos, and the Valley memories are killer. Thank you. My favorite 80s movie, Alice, is Vacation, which I just did a filming location video on. And I am excited to announce, for those of you that might have been paying attention, the copyright claim on my Vacation video was finally released. They originally denied it and I had to appeal, but it got released. I still have not seen any money from it. So YouTube, what's going on with that? But yes, copyright claim was released. I'm excited because that was that video was a lot of work, put a lot into that. So I'm glad that there's no issues with it. It's approaching 100,000 views, which is great. So good stuff. Bjorn, what's up, my friend? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you here again. Love that Cosby post. Isn't that such a great clip? Thrashin'. Thrashin' is the movie. I mean, I think a lot of things show the Venice Beach Pavilion, but it's shown very well in Thrashin'. Chris, how you doing in North Texas? What 80s, Brad asked, what 80s band or artist that still tours that you haven't seen but plan to see if they hit LA? That is a good question. Well, the artist that I like is really up there for me. I love this band so much is Yaz or Yazoo. They go by both names. Never seen them, but technically they do not still tour. They did a reunion. I think it was in like 2013 or no, maybe I think it was earlier than that, maybe 2007. I can't remember, but I missed them then. I check all the time. Another one is, so technically they don't tour, but they have done reunions and they may do another one. Howard Jones is one. I had tickets for Howard Jones the last time he was in LA, and something happened and I wasn't able to make it to the show, and I was so bummed the ticket went to waste. So Howard Jones is one that I love. Howard Jones so much. Thanks for sharing your life in the SFV during the 80s and 90s. I really enjoy your real life stories along with the history facts. Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate that. Are you doing the chips videos in any particular order? I am not. Absolutely not. Just randomly. I think I started with like one of my favorites, and then from there, it's just I've kind of just been going through and picking ones that I like. Hello in Pennsylvania. Spooky Morales, how you doing this afternoon? Spooky says Cyndi Lauper location video was awesome. Thank you. And if you all have not seen my last video, I just did one on the filming location for the Cyndi Lauper music video, Goonies Are Good Enough. And just put out a Chips video recently and my vacation video. Lots of new videos up. So please go check those out. Once again, let me hold this up. Signed by Bjorn. Got all the info there. If you are not following me on Instagram, please head over to Instagram and follow me. Double Down Subhumans is such a great band. Okay, so here is my question for all of you. And I already know the answer to this. Okay. Sorry, catching up on a few things here. I know the answer to this. I know what my opinion is, but I'm curious what your opinion, all of you. So what I want to know is when you all let's start with leaving comments on videos. When you all leave a comment on a YouTuber's video, do you expect to get a response from that YouTuber? Like, let's say if it's a bigger page that has a lot of subscribers, puts out a lot of content, do you automatically expect to get a reply to your comment? And do you think that it is that content creator's duty to respond to you? So let me know what you think. And I'm going to read some of your comments here while I'm waiting. Robert, no, I have not talked to my friend over at Sony. I'm going to try and give him a call. He did get back to me. We played phone tag a little bit, so I'm going to try and give him a call and find out. Hey, Mikey likes it. Happy Wednesday to you. Okay, so let's see. Rod says never. Brad says no. Martin says no. Matt says absolutely not. Unrealistic. Chris says I do not expect a response. No, it's Heidi says no. It's just really nice, but I never expect it. Did you wear Vans growing up? Not so much growing up. When I got a little bit older. No, but you should heart all positive comments. Not even, no expectations. Brandon, I did have airwalks, definitely. I just reply to help the creator out. Okay, so far it's been all no's. I'm just curious. Again, just I wanted to know your opinions on that, because I have a lot of people. When I first started the channel, I was like, I am going to respond to every comment. I don't care how long it takes me. And I did for the longest time. I would, every day I would respond to comments, and the channel started to grow. And it got to the point to where I was spending like 2 hours a day, like every morning, just responding to comments. And eventually I got behind on it and I never did catch up. And, it's gotten to the point to where I can't respond to comments. And I do still respond every once in a while, but I'd say every couple of days I'll sit there, I'll spend a little bit of time responding to a handful of comments. I still try and read every comment, that comes in. I'm sure there's some that get by me, but I wish I could respond to every single comment because I do appreciate that they come in. Like I said, that's why I try to read every one of them. But I have people who get mad. I have people who tell me, you used to respond to comments and now you don't. I'm unsubscribing. This page sucks because you don't respond to comments. I've had a bunch of people threaten to unsubscribe. I don't know if they really have or not. But honestly, it makes me feel bad when people say that they're mad that I don't respond to their comments, because I do appreciate all the comments. I appreciate everyone. The fact that someone would take the time to write something to me, that means a lot to me, and I want to respond back to you. So it does upset me that people are upset that I'm not responding. But at the same time, I try and look at it from my side. I don't go on a lot of I don't comment on a lot of pages even before I was on YouTube. I don't comment on a lot of other people's YouTube videos and stuff. But when I have in the past, I have never expected to get a comment back. I just, I look at it as the person who's making that content is getting a lot of stuff, a lot of comments from other people, and they don't have time. And so, yeah, I don't know. I've never expected it, but I was just curious what you all thought. So thank you for chiming in on that. Let me see. I don't expect to get a reply. Even on a small channel, YouTubers are too busy making new content to go through their old comment sections. That's what Steve says. I don't, not on YouTube. On other channels, yes, but YouTube, not at all. A response is nice, but not expected. I agree. No, the bigger the channel, the harder for them to respond. CJ Major says 80s life videos #1. Thank you, CJ. Okay, so as I keep reading these, Spooky says we'd rather have you making killer 80s memories videos than answering our comments, Kurt. You totally rock. Thank you. So while I'm reading these, let me ask you, what about when you come into a live stream? Whether it be my live stream or, I don't know who else you watch. Grim Life Collective, Scott on Tape, Carpetbagger. Do you expect them to be able to read every single comment? I'm assuming by your answers here that, probably still going to say no. I have no expectations, but I do know a guy with 250 subs who at least hearts every comment for engagement, acknowledgement, and to boost the algorithm. Okay. Got that. That's something that I try and do. I mean, it only takes a second to heart a comment. But then sometimes I feel like if I heart a comment, I feel like I have to say something. I feel bad just hearting it and not saying thank you or, something. No answer expected, but engagement is appreciated as a fan and creator. Content creators should never reply to comments. A lot of comments are toxic. I don't reply to any negative comments. I don't have time for that. Whether it be in comments or here on a live stream. Pizza Rat says no response, not creator's duty. Mostly just talking to others that posted usually. Okay. YouTube is a push channel, so responses not expected. IG and others are more two ways. So yes, that's funny because I actually respond more on YouTube than I do on Instagram, just because. I mean, I'm barely on Instagram. I jump on there just to like throw a post, and then that's it. All my time is with the YouTube channel. Oh no, Mike says he tried to take his wife to see Adamant the last 3 times he played, but he canceled all 3 times. Hope that doesn't happen with me. I've seen him a handful of times, never had a problem. So fingers crossed. Now that you have a substantial subscriber count, is it easier to get into places now than when you started? No, but it's funny because the YouTuber that I was with yesterday, we were talking about having to film at places that we don't want to film at, that are hard to film at. And he was saying that for him, that is the case, that sometimes he gets lucky and he wants to get in somewhere and the person recognizes him and, welcomes him to film. I have not really had that yet. I was actually filming outside of, I don't think did I tell this story? I was filming outside of Warner Brothers Studios a couple of weeks ago, and one of the security guards walked out. I was filming by the main gate. One of the security guards walked out and was like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I was a little standoffish. Like I wasn't mean or anything, but I assumed he was coming over to like ask me why I was filming and tell me I couldn't film there. So I was kind of like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, "Hey, I just want to tell you, I'm a really big fan of your channel. I really love your Valley videos." And that, totally took me by surprise. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." I was hoping he would invite me in into Warner Brothers, but he didn't. But obviously that's a whole different thing. I'm sure he would have lost his job for doing that. But if you're watching, hello to the Warner Brothers security guard. Very nice guy. Oh, thank you for the compliment on the shirt. Okay, D1 says, "I hate it when I'm ignored." So there's the first one. A channel with almost 100,000 subscribers with hundreds of videos receiving tens of thousands of comments a week. It's unrealistic for anyone to expect a reply to every comment. Okay. Not really practical. I try to comment for the algorithm. It's the least I can do to help the channel. Clicking the thumbs up and leaving comments on videos will help the channel's YouTube algorithm. Thank you, Spooky. It's cool, but unrealistic. D1 says, "Yes, I want to get a reply. Otherwise, what's the point of a live?" Well, so I mean, okay. So let's talk about that. So I see a lot of other YouTubers who don't even engage at all. Like they're just kind of there chatting, and then they might read like 1 or 2 comments. I agree. I think the point of a live is to interact with the people that are in the live stream. I agree with you. However, when you've got a lot of people, I mean, I'm not at the point yet where I've got hundreds and hundreds. Right now there's a little over 100 people in here, but that keeps the chat moving. So I miss a lot of comments, but I mean, you can see I'm going through and I'm trying to respond to as many as I can. But yeah, people still get mad I'll all of a sudden see, a lot of times when I'm doing a live stream, I'll see a comment from somebody and it's the first comment I've seen from that person. And they're saying, whatever, they're yelling at me for not responding to their previous comments. And I'm like, wow, this is the first comment I've seen from you, because the other ones have gotten lost in the chat. So I completely agree with you that obviously you're saying something to me because you want a response back. I'm just wondering if everyone expects, I'm hoping that people understand that comments sometimes fly by you. You miss them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do weekly live streams and have for years. We get 600 to 1,000 messages per hour, and I will spend 5 minutes just greeting people and take every good question I can. People really appreciate it. But see, you didn't say that you take every question. You take every good question. So you do have to pick and choose a little bit. I don't really pick and choose in the live stream. I try and read everything. Sometimes I'll read something that doesn't make sense or it's negative, and I don't read stuff like that. But other than that, I try and read just about everything in the live streams. But like I said, stuff, passes me by. I'm not in here for hours usually, so I try and get to as much as I can. In live chats, most use super chats as a key to who to read and respond to. There we go. Which is fair since super chats have a payment attached. So I do always respond to super chats, just because, like you said, if the person is paying money, and those pop up at the top. There's a big bright colored box that pops up to tell me that I have a super chat. And if the person's going to pay money, then I feel like I should stop and respond to it. But I don't only respond to, excuse me. I definitely do not only respond to super chats. You don't need to give a super chat to get a response from me. That's ridiculous. So don't ever think that like, oh, if I want a response from him, I better give him a super chat. Definitely not the case. Super chats are just, that's just nice that people do that. Your channel is fantastic. I'm learning so much about the Valley. I live in the 909, but always traveled out there to be in the entertainment industry. I was rapping back then. Wayne, awesome. I'm glad you love those Valley videos. Scott, Grim Life, and Sean Clark only respond to comments or names that jump out to them. 99% of the comments are responded to by Scott, Grim, or Sean. Okay, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I've had conversations with Jessica and Michael on their lives, and it's awesome, but not expected. There's so many others commenting, okay? No, we will follow and appreciate you and your videos regardless. We love 80s Life. Kurt is rad. Thank you, Robert. CJ, that is a GPK book, and I've got a short coming up where I'm going to show you that book. Crosswalk Larry, longtime supporter here. Off the cuff question: what is your all-time favorite skateboard wheel? Mine were a couple OJ2s and the original Crossbones. I don't know. I just picked up these slime ball wheels. I have a short coming up about those. I love them, but back in the day, yeah, OJs were a big thing, and I loved riding those. OJs is actually what I had on my board right before I got these slime balls, and But I remember when I was a kid, how much I wanted bullets, the Santa Cruz bullets. And I got those for Christmas and I was so excited. So yeah, probably the bullets and the OJs back then were my favorites. Pizza Rat, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead locations. I got you. I've been working on that one for a while. I was waiting, trying to gain access to one of the locations, and I think it's not going to happen. So I'm just going to have to go through with it. Love your channel. Thanks to Adam the Woo and Scott on Tape for turning me on to you. Awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Lynn says, appreciate your effort and research on your videos. Very entertaining and educational. Thank you so much. Steve says, most YouTubers only respond to the donations. I mean, you know, I don't know, maybe that's something you have to do when you get a lot bigger and you've got hundreds and hundreds of people in the chat. I know I don't know if anyone like any other YouTuber has a rule about that. Like I'm only going to respond to donations. I know that that's something that I would never do. But again, if you've got 1,000 people in and like everyone's giving you super chats, you're going to read those first. And so maybe it just kind of, it turns out that you're only reading the super chats. I'm going to get out of here in a minute because I have not eaten yet and I am hungry. And then I got to get to work on Friday's video. Bjorn asked, is the Cosby Show still on in the US? It's the only classic show they don't show over here anymore. Can you imagine the residuals the cast members are missing out on just because Bill messed up? It's hard to find over here now. It was streaming and then it wasn't. I think it goes off and on streaming, but yeah, it's a hard one to find now. Yeah, and I know what you mean that there was so much great talent on that show and they shouldn't suffer. I agree with you on that one. Don't have time to watch the live stream and it's bedtime over here in Europe, but just wanted to drop in to say, keep up the great work. Love your videos. Thanks. Thanks for all the time you invest. Mark, thank you so much for that. Oh, I know Mark Vandermolen. Sam, what's going on? Born Supreme, how's it going in Van Nuys? Men at Work filming locations is one that has always it's always been on the list. So yeah, not to worry. All right, with that, I'm going to start heading out. Thank you all for answering those questions. Again, I was just curious what your opinions were. I already had my opinion, and my opinion, well, I think I pretty much stated my opinion. I try my best. I think that every YouTuber does have a, not a responsibility, but I think that it is nice for every YouTuber to respond when they can, because all of you, if it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't have these channels. And so I know that, and I appreciate it so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And so I really try to respond to all your comments. I try to respond to everybody in the chat, but it gets overwhelming, and I do the best I can. But I was just curious what you all thought. And so I'm glad to see that so many of you are understanding, and you know how hard it is to, I mean, I swear I'm not making this up. Right now, I work on the channel pretty much nonstop. And when I was trying to keep up with all the comments, I would spend like a good 2 hours every morning. I would just wake up and I would just be there on my phone, just, you know, thank you, going through these comments. And then by the time I went to edit, like my eyes were so blurry from reading all these comments for hours. But like I said, I do read the comments. I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you all for being so wonderful. I will see you here again next Wednesday. Not sure if it's going to be a daytime or evening time. I usually decide the day of, but I will see you next Wednesday. New video this Friday at noon. Please be on the lookout for it. As always, thank you all so much for the support, and I will see you all next week. All right, take care. Have a good rest of your week and a great weekend. Bye.